Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dorothy Morgan. I'm a professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. And there you can read this forecast and check out all kinds of other things on my website. Today I want to talk about the full moon in Capricorn, which is on July 3rd. It is an interesting full moon. It does start it's in the middle of the day, so the night of July 3rd will be very beautiful and very visible. But what happens is a lot of things that happen before this full moon that will help prepare us for what we want to release at the end of this day. So let's get started. The full moon in Capricorn is July 3rd. It's at 2:52 p.m. Eastern Time. So I want to address a couple things before the full moon happens, because this is imperative. These things are precluding the full moon, and the full moon is the culmination of the waxing moon. So at the full moon is when we can finally actually have a release and let go. So what happens, the hours before it are very, very important. So I want to address this, and please go read on my website, nhastrologer.com, read this full moon forecast, because you'll be able to get a lot more out of it than just what I'm going to talk about briefly here, because I've got 3 minutes. I talk too much. It's never going to be 3 minutes. So what we have early in the morning, especially even before 8 o'clock, we have a bunch of different aspects. The first ones that come through are called a quincunx. It's 150 degrees between a number of different planets, and this is all about paying attention to the details. I'm reading my notes so I can pay attention to the details. There are conflicts that happen. There is discord that goes on between communications and feelings and action and all. It's just a big mess of we don't know what steps to take and what to do. It's all about consistently making adjustments. So what that turns into is that we're second guessing what somebody else needs because there's a problem, so we're second guessing what somebody else needs, and then we get disappointed that that's not what they wanted from us. See how this is a crazy vicious circle, and this is what we have going on the evening before and the day before, all through the morning before this full moon hits. And then at 8:12 in the morning, we have the moon in Capricorn. It's in its sign that it's going to be full in, but before it's full with the sun, it's going to conjunct Pluto. So now, besides all of this second guessing, we have some high emotions are finally released, and what's going on with that is all about control and power. So whoever, if you're the one who's trying to second guess what another person wants and needs, then you're trying to manipulate. We're trying to manipulate, and you really be honest with yourself and see if that's the case, or it's vice versa. Somebody else is doing it to us. This can be kind of complicated and hard to see when you're in the situation, so ask a close family member or a close friend to see if there's an issue going on, if you feel somebody's controlling you or you're actually being controlling. Be honest with yourself. It's what full moons and the illumination of these moons are all about every single month. So what we have going on with the full moon in Capricorn at 4:52 p.m. Eastern Time, what will happen is it will show us where we're out of balance within our relationships. The sun is in Cancer and the moon is in Capricorn, so that's opposite each other. And oppositions, aka full moons, always about relationships, which sounds familiar. That's Libra energy. Always about relationships and finding that balance within a one-to-one relationship. So we need to examine that. So if you're stuck in the rut, in the situations like I just described, you're second guessing somebody and never being right, you never feel like you're valued, never feeling any of that stuff. If you feel like if you're in that situation, this is an opportunity for you to consciously choose to move out of that energy. Some of us are fearful to move out of energy like this, and some of us are not. So the best way to do this is to try and ease our way out instead of having things happen sudden. Sudden can be really painful. So move out of it slowly by writing down on a piece of paper what it is that you want to leave your life. What it is that you want to let go of. I easily let go of my control within my relationship. Write that down, burn it. This is the type of stuff that we're going to look at. We're going to release. Look at it, yeah. Look at and release during this full moon in Capricorn. All right. So, that's a lot. I talked really fast. Slow it down. Hit rewind. And go to my website, because you can read the forecast word for word. It's less than 1,000 words, I promise. You can read it quickly, and you can get more details there, because there's just too much to talk about. I could talk for hours and you'd be nodding off. So all right, so work these changes, get them into your life and work through it. Go to my website, nhastrologer.com. Contact me for a session if you like. I love doing phone sessions, and I really appreciate everybody who constantly and consistently contacts me here through YouTube. You guys are fabulous, wonderful. Find me on Facebook. Anyways, go to my website, all that good stuff there. Thank you very much. Namaste. Blessed be.